I want to cover a very important component of operating your dealership via the internet, which is known as webDEALER. Texas webDEALER is the mandatory online system used by licensed motor vehicle dealers to electronically process title and registration applications. Whether you're buying or selling a vehicle, you can log into your webDEALER account manually or via a separate dealer software management software program that you might be using to complete your official paperwork. It is managed by the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles, and it basically serves as the digital bridge between dealerships and county tax assessor collector offices. webDEALER is mandatory for all licensed dealers in Texas to conduct sales transactions. I want to repeat that very important information. webDEALER is mandatory for all licensed dealers in Texas to conduct sales transactions, whether you are accessing it directly or maybe you are using it through a third-party dealer management software program. Many third-party dealer management software programs interact directly with webDEALER. There are 4 components of webDEALER, which operate as one unified system. The components of webDEALER are webDEALER, ePLATE, eTITLE, and your inventory management system, which is known as IMS. webDEALER, ePLATE, eTITLE, and IMS will operate together as one system. I want to explain these 4 components of webDEALER, and then I'm going to show you how to access webDEALER, and then I'll give you a very brief overview of how to actually use webDEALER. So what is webDEALER? webDEALER is the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles application for dealers and counties, which allows electronic submission and processing of title applications when you sell a vehicle. As a dealer, you're going to submit title applications through webDEALER, which allows electronic odometer certification. You'll be able to easily upload ownership documents like titles and photograph IDs and any other supporting documents, and electronically send the title application to the county tax collector assessor for approval. It also allows counties an expedited review and approval process. So what it's going to do is assign the registration sticker and assign the plates as needed as well. It collects any payments that are due and then prints the final receipts, which I'm going to show you here in just a moment. Once you have used webDEALER a couple of times, you're going to be a webDEALER expert. It is very, very user-friendly. So what is ePLATE? ePLATE is integrated directly into webDEALER. ePLATE is the Department of Motor Vehicles web-based real-time license plate assignment application. It allows licensed motor vehicle dealers to assign plates at the time of the sale. It also allows buyer receipts and internet down receipts and processes vehicle transfer notifications, which are commonly known as VTNs. You will use ePLATE to assign the license plates to a vehicle when a vehicle transfers ownership. What is eTITLE? eTITLE is a web-based application that streamlines dealer-to-dealer reassignments. Remember, a dealer-to-dealer reassignment is when you have bought or sold a vehicle to another dealer, whether you purchase or sell the vehicle at the dealer auction or directly to or from the other dealer. eTITLE provides licensed motor vehicle dealers the ability to electronically create, view, and store vehicle reassignments between county-authorized webDEALER licensed motor vehicle dealers. It also allows a dealer to convert an electronic title, that's an eTITLE, into a paper title in the dealer's name for the purpose of resale. It's also going to allow you to process trade-ins for vehicles with Texas titles or Texas electronic lien, which is also known as an ELT. So what is IMS? IMS is your inventory management system. It's a web-based application where dealers can order and receive plates directly, and it also ensures dealers have the right supply of plates as your sales might change. It tracks plate shipments and allows you to view your plate inventory. So the 4 components of webDEALER are webDEALER, which allows you to submit title applications, ePLATE, which allows you to assign plates at the time of the sale, eTITLE, which processes dealer-to-dealer reassignments and trade-ins, and IMS, or the Inventory Management System, where you will order license plates and view your license plate inventory. And you're going to be able to easily use all of these systems in the same user interface. So how do you proceed? First of all, if you are a new dealer or have a staff member that needs access, or if you're a currently licensed dealer taking the renewal course and have a staff member needing new access, first of all, you must be a licensed Texas motor vehicle dealer. You're going to need to contact your county tax office to be set up as a webDEALER entity, and you will also need to ensure you have a compliant scanner and printer and a physical surrendered stamp for titles, which we're going to discuss here in just a moment. webDEALER allows you to process title applications online. It's going to monitor all your title applications. It also allows you to submit title applications to multiple counties. It gives live calculations of prorated fees, and so all the payments are calculated accurately, and it also has the ability to print all of your receipts, which I stated a moment ago. I'll show you here in just a few moments. The following is a very brief overview of the webDEALER system. I'm going to strongly encourage you to download the entire webDEALER user guide through texasdealers.com. I'm also going to show you a QR code at the end of this unit, which will allow you to download those dealer guides as well. And I'm always going to suggest that you save those file locations, as those guides do get updated regularly. And I recommend that you access these documents via the links instead of saving these documents, so you'll always be able to access the latest information. And I'll also talk to you about a webDEALER webinar that you can take as well. In order for you to begin using the combined webDEALER, eTITLE, ePLATE, and IMS system, you must first complete your dealer training and obtain your dealer license. The County Tax Assessor Collector's Office will set up your dealership in webDEALER. And in addition to setting up your dealership, they're also going to set up your initial user to be the administrator of the dealership. The dealership administrator is responsible for adding additional users, managing user permissions, and removing users as well. The county must set up dealers to allow dealers to submit applications to the county. So you must have your dealer's license before you can use the webDEALER system, or be a currently licensed dealer if you are currently taking this course for a year renewal. Normally, the dealer's principal owner will act as the administrator to this system. So the system will always recognize you, the owner, as the administrator of the system. Later, you're going to be able to add dealership employees to the system that may have access to more limited features. You, as the administrator, will have access to all the system features. So you're going to create a user account, and once you initially create a user account, the system will email you your username and password that will be assigned to your dealership. Once you're given login credentials, you can order your plate inventory, but you must actually place an order in the IMS first. The state does recommend that you protect your passwords and periodically change your password. Remember, you must contact your county tax assessor collector office before you're able to use this system. So let's go ahead and create a user account. To begin using the system, you must create a user account by creating that account at webdealer.txdmv.gov. So from the login page, if you do have any additional staff that will access webDEALER, they can create their own account as well. The system will display the use agreement page, and the security warning will appear, and you'll need to read the security warning and then accept. You're going to enter your first and last name, your email address, your phone number, then click Save, and your username and password will then be sent to your address, your email address. Then you're going to see a confirmation message stating the user account has been created, and you're going to need to have the following in order to process titles through webDEALER. Obviously, you're going to need internet access. You need the URL for webDEALER, which is webdealer.txdmv.gov, or you can easily access the webDEALER with many third-party dealer management software programs. You're going to need plate inventory, so you will need to place an order through IMS first. Sticker paper may be obtained by the county if you're approved to be a dealer deputy. You're also going to need a printer and a scanner and a surrendered stamp. So what is this surrendered stamp? Here's a surrendered stamp that I found on Amazon, and as you can see here, it states that the official use is for webDEALER submissions. It's designed for marking ownership documents prior to upload to the Texas Department of Motor Vehicles webDEALER system. So you can go ahead and order a surrendered stamp from Office Depot, Office Max, or whatever your favorite online marketing website is, because you must have that surrendered stamp. So now, when you're submitting a title application, now that you have created an account, I want to show you how to easily apply for the title for the customer that has just purchased that vehicle from you. Remember, on most, not all, but most sales, we are required to register the vehicle for the customer. I want to explain the title application. When you sell a vehicle, the title application is submitted electronically through the webDEALER system directly to the county tax assessor collector's office. The original title must be retained when you're submitting a title application through webDEALER. And I want to repeat that very important information. The original title must be retained when you're submitting a title application through webDEALER. Applications must include scanned images of the required documents necessary to process a title application, including but not limited to the evidence of ownership. Maybe that's a Texas title or an out-of-state title, Form 130-U, odometer disclosure statement, the vehicle inspection report, that's your VIR if needed, and any other documents when prompted. webDEALER also provides a straightforward process to input all the information manually directly through webDEALER, or you can easily transfer information quickly from a dealer management software program you might be using directly to webDEALER. And when you are ready to submit the title application to the county tax assessor collector's office, it's literally a couple of clicks of the mouse. And once you've used this a couple of times, you're going to be a webDEALER expert. I want to go over what is called the surrender title. The surrender title is the original evidence of ownership, such as an MCO, maybe an out-of-state title or a Texas title. It must be stamped surrendered on the front and the back, scanned and uploaded through webDEALER. The surrendered stamp must be on the front of the title, and you're also going to need to make sure that you do it on the back of the title as well in the next blank assignment, which I'll show you in just a moment. If a dealer's reassignment accompanies the title application, the dealer's reassignment must also be stamped surrendered on the next available assignment or diagonally if applicable. You must have that surrender stamp at your dealership before you can use webDEALER. So you will definitely need to stamp the surrender stamp on the front, like I talked about here just a moment ago. And now you'll also need to make sure that the back is stamped surrendered as well. Note the surrendered stamp at the top of the back of the title, and also on the next blank assignment is a surrender stamp as well. So notice the two top assignments have been completed with the bottom section surrendered. It's the dealer's responsibility to validate the Texas title against the latest motor vehicle record in the department's database. Once you stamp a title surrendered, that title becomes invalid. It's considered surrendered to the department and can never be used in another title application. I want to give you a reminder, scanned images must be of the original documents. The scanned images cannot be copies of original documents. If the county or the Department of Motor Vehicles determines the documents attached to a title application are copies of originals, the title application will be returned or rejected. So make sure you're scanning originals. You can also obtain ownership documents through a bonded title application process if applicable. So let's go ahead and get started with your title application. You're going to go to webdealer.txdmv.gov. You'll enter your username and password. Then you're taken to the administrator's homepage. If you are the principal owner of the dealership, you're going to be known as the administrator, and you can also assign dealership employees, which would be known as users. Your administrator homepage is always going to show your GDN number, your dealership address, your GDN license category, such as motor vehicle, motorcycle, or trailer. At the top of the page, you're going to see your homepage, eTITLE, administration, and support. At the top right, you can search for VINs. See these tabs at the top left? You may use these tabs for the following. The homepage obviously takes you to the homepage. Titles lets you create a title in eTITLE. The inventory page as well there. Payments, you can make payments that are required here. Administration takes you to the account details page, and the support tab takes you to the user support page. You will also see your account, which includes your GDN, your dealer license category, and the title activity box that you see over here to the left, which displays the status and title number of the applications that are currently in the queue. And it's going to include return title applications, in progress title applications, reviewed title applications, imported title applications, retractions, and active buyer tags. In the middle of the page, you'll also see your title status tabs that display the progress of any title applications, and you can click on any other tab to show the returned title application status as well. Before I show you how to create a title application, there are basically two ways to complete a title application. You can complete Form 130-U during the transaction, then upload it after the customer's left, or you may be using some type of dealer management software that will allow you to do it automatically. But I want to show you how to apply without a dealer management system, just in case you are running your dealership without any type of third-party software. So first, you're going to scroll down, you're going to click on Start a New Title Application, and right there you'll see that red box around it. You're going to enter the VIN and select Search, and if no active plate assignment exists for that vehicle, you won't be able to continue with the submission. ePLATE assignment is the first step and needs to be done before webDEALER will allow you to continue. If an active buyer tag exists for this vehicle in your dealership, you'll have the option to import the buyer tag or continue without importing. So let's click No, then Continue. Now you're going to enter the vehicle identification number of the vehicle you've sold, and you're going to see the vehicle information right here. If a motor vehicle record exists in the department's registration and title system, the current vehicle record information will display. You must use this information for verification against the title that's been provided to you. Once you verify the vehicle information is correct, you may select the Proceed button to advance to the Seller Disclosure page. If a motor vehicle record does not exist, the Seller Disclosure page of the title application will populate with the year, make, model, and the body style of this vehicle. This information must be entered by you if they are not automatically populated. Next, we need to discuss the seller disclosure. The seller disclosure information must be completed and saved before you can continue with the title application. The seller disclosure page is where you make the choice to upload the Form 130-U or file the title application by capturing what is known as an electronic signature by the seller, that's your dealership, and the buyer. For this training scenario, I'm going to assume that you've completed your Form 130-U manually at the time of the sale, and we'll be uploading it directly through webDEALER. So first, at the top right, you can enter a deal number if you would like. That is optional. You'll enter the vehicle model, and then you'll select your buyer's ID type, their ID number, and optionally enter their email address. You must let the customer choose the registration county. Remember, the dealer may not choose the registration county. The customer must choose the registration county. Then you're going to enter the sales price after any rebates, the odometer reading, and if the odometer reading is actual or not. Then you'll check if the odometer is exempt. Now, if you manually completed Form 130-U at the time of the sale, you will check the Upload Form 130-U box. Also, you'll need to check the final box acknowledging this information on the page must match the information on Form 130-U. Otherwise, the title application may be returned. Next, webDEALER will do a very quick VIN lookup, and on this screen, you're going to see the vehicle that you just sold your customer. So be sure the vehicle on this screen is the vehicle that you just sold your customer. If you are recording a lien on this vehicle, you'll need to enter your lien information here. If you're a buy here, pay here dealer, or if you're using a third-party lender, some third-party lenders require the dealer to record the lien. So if you're recording a lien on the vehicle, check the lien holders box to record a lien. If you're not recording a lien, be sure to check no lien. Now we're going to enter the owner's information, and as a reminder, this is the person that just purchased the vehicle from you. And be aware the name you are entering here will be printed on the title to the vehicle that you sold. So be sure you're entering the customer's name using the identification provided by the customer. Be sure to spell their name exactly like it appears on the ID the customer has given you. Otherwise, if you misspell the customer's name, they're going to receive a title with their name printed incorrectly, and then they'll have to apply for a new corrected title. Be sure to complete all the information on this screen completely and accurately. If the customer wants renewal information sent to another address, they can input the other address. Otherwise, the renewal notification will be sent to the address that you've entered here. Next, I want to talk to you about rights of survivorship. When two or more persons enter into what is known as a rights of survivorship agreement, the motor vehicle is jointly owned or co-owned by those persons. If one or more persons that completed a rights of survivorship agreement dies, ownership of the vehicle transfers to the other person or persons that signed the agreement. All persons shown in the rights of survivorship agreement must sign the certificate of title if the ownership of the vehicle is transferred prior to the death of any person. Only an owner type of individual allows a beneficiary to be designated. If multiple owners are on an application, rights of survivorship must be completed before the beneficiary functionality is available. This can also be completed on VTR-122. Next, you're going to enter your sales tax information. If for some reason you made a sale that is exempt from sales tax, for example, maybe you sold a vehicle to a not-for-profit, or maybe you sold a van to a church, they may be exempt from sales tax. If that's the case, you would need to enter the reason for exemption. If you did collect sales tax, which will be normally the case, you will enter the sales tax date, the sales price, any rebates, and then a trade-in allowance if a trade-in was taken. Next, you're going to be prompted to upload evidence of ownership documents such as the previous title. Be sure to enter whether it is an out-of-state title or a Texas title. For out-of-state titles, you will need to enter the title number and the original issue date. The title number and the original issue date should be found on the front of the old title. If the vehicle you sold has an out-of-state title, be sure to enter the state of the title, which should always be at the center top of the front page of that title. webDEALER will notify you if you're missing any of the required documents. But keep in mind, this is not encompassing of all required documents for that specific transaction. Other supporting documents may be needed, such as a power of attorney, dealer reassignment, etc. You can upload them individually or upload them in one file using the Upload Complete Transaction option. The Upload Complete Transaction option is the recommended way because it will definitely submit everything to the tax office with one file. The department encourages users to utilize the Upload Complete Transaction to ensure all required documents are submitted within the same file and in the correct submission order. On the next screen, you'll easily be able to choose the document that is missing, and you'll click on that document and then upload the missing document directly from your computer to webDEALER. webDEALER is going to verify if the vehicle requires an emissions test and if a passing emissions test is found. Emissions tests are only needed when both the customer and the dealer are in emission counties. Next, let's talk about fees. You're going to see here a screenshot of the fees, including the title application fee, the sales tax fee, the buyer's tag, the county road and bridge fee, etc. You can also enter any additional donation fees a customer may want to make as well. So if the customer wants to make additional donations, just click on the blue optional donation fees box, and you will see here that the customer can make donations, say for example to the Organ Donation Fund, the Veterans Fund. They can donate to state parks, etc. If the customer chooses not to make any optional donations, you would just click Save. And on this screen, you will verify the information, then click Submit, and all of that information will be submitted electronically. Once you've submitted the title application, first you're going to see your owner's receipt like you see right here. And once you've printed your owner's receipt, you will be able to print a duplicate receipt that will have the state seal watermark like you see right here. After the title application is approved by the County Tax Assessor Collector's Office, the county approved final receipt can be printed from the title preview page. The county approved receipt will have a webDEALER title ID number, a document bar, and a barcode as you see right here. Next, let's talk about your payments. The County Tax Assessor Collector's Office will collect payment for all approved title applications. For each payment collected, the County Tax Collector Assessor's Office will record the payment or payments and make a note in the payment details in webDEALER as you see right here. And it is very, very easy to conduct your business in webDEALER. I want you to be aware this is just a quick overview of webDEALER and how to order titles. There are some very helpful dealer user guides that I would like you to be aware of. There's the webDEALER Dealer User Guide, the webDEALER County User Guide, the webDEALER Commercial Fleet Buyer User Guide, there's the ePLATE User Guide, and the eTITLE User Guide as well. The QR code that you see on screen will allow you to download all of these user manuals. And I'm going to leave that QR code on your screen for just a few moments. You'll easily be able to download all the user manuals that I just discussed by using that QR code that you see on the screen right now. You can also access these dealer user manuals at texasdealers.com. Just scroll down on any page of the Texas Dealers website and click on the Texas Dealer Manuals link like you see right here. And then you can choose the manual that you want to download if you would like a much deeper overview into most of the subjects that we are discussing in your dealer training course. It is recommended also to complete that webDEALER training webinar before you access webDEALER. When you have completed your course, you're going to receive an automated email with multiple links to helpful resources I hope you will find beneficial. You're going to receive a link that will allow you to get a quick dealer surety bond quote if that's helpful. You'll also get a link to dealer management software that will connect to webDEALER to ensure your webDEALER compliance, but will also assist you in finding vehicles to resell, marketing your vehicles for sale, finding customer loans, maintaining your paperwork, and even shows you how to start a buy here, pay here dealership if that interests you. And you will receive that automated email as soon as you complete the final video in your dealer training course. If for some reason you do not receive that email, please be sure to check your email junk folder.